Hello and welcome to Responsible Government Contracting, where we dispel misconceptions, bring understanding to the acquisition process, and educate small businesses to engage responsibly in public sector contracting.
In this episode, we will be discussing the best ways to work with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, also known as FEMA. Hi, like I mentioned, today we're going to be talking about FEMA and doing work with the Federal Emergency Management Agency. So let's dig right in. First things first, let's decide what kind of business you are. One website that I recommend is the North American Industry Classification System, NAICS.com. That website very easily helps you translate what it is that you do and into what it is that the government and how the government kind of classifies your business. So that number is going to be important to you. So you want to find your NAICS, I call it NAICS code. You find your NAICS code, click that button right there, and then just do some description. Just do a keyword description in this top line up here. And let's say since we're dealing with FEMA, we want to do emergency response. So let's see what kind of things come up there. I just hit enter. And then as you can see here, emergency and other relief services. So that number there is going to be your NAICS code for the business that you're in. So let's kind of jot that down and remember what that is. And then I'll teach you another little trick. So that's 624230. Now this is going to be different from company to company. So just kind of keep that in mind. If this is what your business does, then that's what it is. So this will give you a little bit of a description of what that NAICS code is, the 624230. But then you can also look at similar NAICS codes that might be something close to that. So things to keep in mind, because you want to focus your search, but not totally discount anything that might be left and right, tangential to the search that you're doing. So keep that in mind. If disaster relief services or some of these other NAICS might be interesting to you, kind of jot those down also and remember what they are. So that's the first thing, is figure out what business you're in. Once you can quantify, maybe objectify, I don't know if that's the right word or not, but if you can put a number, the NAICS code, to that business that you're in rather than the 30-second elevator pitch, then you can help translate and you can help find the opportunities that FEMA is putting out for you. So the next thing, know yourself. That's the first thing. The next thing is to know your customer. So in this case, I just did a quick search for FEMA.gov. This is their website. I just went to any search engine and found FEMA.gov. So this is what their website looks like. So with that in mind, most government agencies look very similar as far as their websites go. You're going to see some information about the agency in their, however their website's designed. But one of the things you want to look for is this doing business with us or work with us kind of link here. So in this case, FEMA calls that work with us. So I'm going to click on that, and then I can see all these different options here. And then bingo, that's what I'm looking for. Doing business under business and organizations, doing business with FEMA. So I'm going to click on that. And then this is going to be a wealth of information here. I'm just going to scroll through real quick, give you an idea of what it is. The PTAC, the Procurement Technical Assistance Centers, SAM, obviously the systems for acquisition, system for award management, and FEMA understanding what it is. And then down here, it starts to talk about top commodities procured for disasters. So infant toddler products, water, meals, shredded bins, portable toilets. These are all the types of things that FEMA needs in a disaster for a response. So keep those in mind. So you know yourself, right? Look at the NAICS code, understand your line of business. Know your customer. Your customer is telling you what it is that they're looking for. So keep that in mind also. So where those two match up, that's when you start finding opportunities. So then also FEMA, I wrote a blog about this a couple weeks ago. FEMA speaks its own language, as most agencies do. So what the Army might call something versus what the Air Force might call something versus what FEMA calls something, it's all the same thing, give or take, but the nomenclature, the terminology is different from agency to agency. Maybe slightly, maybe it's the same. Just be aware of that. Speak the language of your audience, in this case, FEMA. So one resource that FEMA gives you is if you look at training.fema.gov, G-O-V, you can see some of the courses that FEMA provides to understand how they operate, their organizational structure, their nomenclature, their terminology, what words mean to them when they call something, an ice cube, this is what they're talking about. When they call something a network operations center, this is what they're talking about. So just understand what it is that they're calling different things, and you can take these courses. So that's another step. Again, now we're going to go to the next step is sam.gov. So I'm going to continue. I logged in, but you can get to this website for free and do a little login. What you want to do when you get to sam.gov, sam.gov, is go to that search bar, and then you're going to start to filter. So one thing I recommend is if you are looking for agencies, you can click here and kind of do some searching. I know I'm looking for FEMA, so I'm just going to type in FEMA under federal organization. It pops right up. And notice how all of these different opportunities come up on the other side. And remember that number, so 485. Now I'm going to start filtering down. So I want to filter by, let's do some contract opportunities. I want to do notice type. These are just some helpful hints for you. Sources sought. This is going to be helpful for you to kind of filter down the information that you're looking for. So take note of which ones I'm selecting. Find what works for you, but these are some helpful hints for you here. Because look at the options. So sources sought, pre-solicitation, solicitation, and combined synopsis solicitation. If you're looking for new awards, you're not looking for an award notice because that's something that's already been awarded. If you're looking for a contract that's going to be bid, then you don't want justification because that means they already know who they want. So if you're looking for new opportunities, you want, generally speaking, you want, and you can throw a special notice in there also if you want. So you want to keep it kind of focused. Sources sought, pre-solicitation, solicitation, combined synopsis, and then special notice. And then of course the federal agency. Note the website, I put it in a second ago, but you can go ahead and plug it in again because it reset. I want FEMA. And notice that it duplicated, so it did keep it. Okay, there we go. So now that 400 or so opportunities came down to 88 opportunities. I'm going to filter, this is good, right? Because you want to really, really hone down your responses or where you need to spend your time. So now product and services, remember that NAICS code that we looked at before? This is where that comes into play. So we found 624230 was one that was interesting to us, theoretically. So as I type in, it populates the website itself. I didn't do anything different other than type in the number. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And now my 88 results went down to 1, right? So 1 result. Unfortunately, this one, if you notice under current response date, this one has already passed. So what do I do? There's no opportunities right now for the things that I sell. Well, you want to go back to your NAICS code and widen your search. So that one opportunity, that one NAICS code that looked good for you, maybe you add other NAICS codes. Or maybe you just take that filter out altogether and you spend a minute looking at some of these 88. And then you just can kind of glance through consumable medical, permanent housing, and you can just kind of see which opportunities are out there. Another helpful hint here is on dates. You can set for response date offers due within the next 3 months. And you can also do publish date so it's not too old. You can either leave it anytime or in the past 3 months. And notice that that 88 results now filters down to 13 results. So you're kind of getting, you're sharpening the focus, just like a filter on whatever, shopping website you go to. You really want to, do you want the 5-star products? Do you want the 3-star products? You're really starting to focus down your efforts and where you spend your time. So we started at 400, we went down to 88, and now we're at 13. So that's really where you want to spend your time. Hope that helps, and good luck.